Hey everyone, Ryan here at eTrailer. Today on our 2024 Chevy Silverado 3500, we're going to be showing you how to install the TorkLift frame mounted custom fit in bed camper tie downs. But before we do that, let's just take a moment, we'll check these out and make sure they're what you're looking for. So for those of you wanting to use an in bed camper, you're going to need a way to secure it, right? And that's where these are going to come into play. They attach directly to your frame, so they're super solid and give you that attachment point that you're going to need to secure your turnbuckles, which are the pieces that go from here to your in-bed camper. If you need a set of those, TorkLift also makes a set. They're called the FastGuns. I really like them. They're a great matchup with these. But with that said, the ones that we're checking out here today, these are going to be just for the rear. You know, you're going to want all four corners tied down. So you can pick these up in a few different configurations, just for the rear, just for the front, or you can get them as a whole kit. And there's some that are made from different materials as well. The ones that we have installed are just the basic steel ones. But if you're looking to go the extra mile as far as corrosion resistance, rust protection, things like that, there's sets that are also made from primarily aluminum and stainless steel, a little bit tougher materials. So if that's what you're looking for, you know, they're available. And they're pretty much identical as far as how they're going to work, how they're going to install, things like that. The only difference is, of course, what they're made from. Something that's really important to do when trying to figure out what tie downs are going to work for your truck is to utilize the drop-down menu on our fit guide. And depending on how your truck's set up, you know, is it a long bed? Is it a dually? Do you have running boards? What type of hitch? Things like that can make a difference on the tie downs that you're going to need. Just to give you an example today, we have a long bed, it's a dually, and we have cab length running boards and a factory hitch. These are going to be adjustable. So right now I have them in the tightest position, you know, as close as you can get them to the truck. And with it like that, I'll just give you a measurement here from the face of it. We'll just go up to about the middle of the bumper. That looks like it's going to be about 3.5 inches. And if you need more clearance, there's a little pin and clip you can pull out. And there's that other hole right there that you can set it to. So I'll put that in place. And that increased the distance quite a bit. Take that same measurement. That will increase that gap to about 7 inches. Whenever you're not going to be using your in-bed camper, you can remove these completely from your truck. You know, you simply just pull that pin and clip out and then put these in the garage or in storage, whatever. And with the main body, I guess you could say, actually bolted up to the frame, you really can't see it. You know, you're going to have to kind of look up underneath the truck. And even then, it does a pretty good job of blending in. Nothing really looks out of place, anything like that. So it's not going to take away from the looks of your truck. But ultimately, you know, a really nice set of tie downs. We do quite a few of these here. They're extremely well made. The finish, the fit, everything is nice. So that makes installation a lot more straightforward too. Really not too bad to do. Being that they're custom fit, there's no drilling or you know, major modifications, nothing like that to be done. I did find a couple techniques after doing quite a few of these that kind of makes the install a little more simple, if you will. Just a couple of tips there. So hopefully I can help you out during your installation process. With that said, you know, if this is something you don't have time to do or spot to work on it, whatever, you can always use our dealer locator network, and that can help you find a shop in your neighborhood that can set this up for you. But if you're going to do it yourself, hang around. We'll go ahead and get started on it now. To begin our installation, we're going to first start here at the back of our truck, particularly over here on the driver's side. And what I've done is temporarily lowered and removed our spare tire just to give us a little more room to work. We're going to have this little bracket here that is going to be in the way of one of our attachment points, so we'll remove it. There's this one 10mm head bolt. Go ahead and pull that out. And I'm just going to pop this off as well. Just a little flathead screwdriver. And work that out of position. Get some of our hardware in the frame now, so you can take your fish wire, the coiled end of it. We're going to start with that hole there. Push it up and out of this larger opening. And then you want to take a bolt and a star washer, put the star washer on the bolt. Thread that on. And just feed that down so the bolt comes out. Remove the wire there, and then we're going to do the same exact thing for that one right there. Grab another bolt, put your star washer on it, and attach it to a fish wire. And then I'm just going to feed that into this big opening here. And then you can grab one of these plates and slide it up in like that. Actually, this might be a little bit easier. What I'll do is take the straight end of our fish wire, push it up this way, put the wire through it like that. Pull it through just like that. Just to make things a little bit easier, I guess I could have left the pull wire on this when I did this bolt here, but I'm going to grab an extra one, thread it onto that fastener as well, and then since these pull wires are exceptionally long, I think I'm going to shorten them up a foot or so just to make things a little bit easier. We don't need all this length here. I'm just going to clip those, and then what you want to do is you can grab the brace here, and these are side specific, so make sure to check your instructions to make sure that you got the right one. But the way this will work, we can take that pull wire, put it through the appropriate hole, carefully kind of work this into position here. And we'll start with this attachment point. You want to take a flat washer, put that on, and then you can apply some side pressure to the bolt with the washer to keep it steady. You'll put on a split lock washer. And then a hex nut. We'll get this started hand tight. And then what we'll do is remove this pull wire. With these, you know, it's real easy for these to get pushed back into the frame. So if you take a flathead screwdriver and just kind of put some pressure on it there, it'll make things a lot easier, especially when you're trying to remove these pull wires and everything else. But that'll get a flat washer. And a split lock washer. And a hex nut. I'll do the same exact thing here. For this one. Once you get all the hardware in place and tight, come back with a 3/4 inch socket and snug everything down. You want to make sure and come back with a torque wrench now and completely tighten down the hardware to the amount specified in your instructions. As far as the passenger side goes, it's set up the exact same way as the driver's side. The fasteners, attachment points, things like that. They say you can lower your exhaust some to give you more room and clearance. I've done a handful of these on extremely similar trucks and never ran into an issue with the exhaust being in the way or anything like that. So I was able to get our bracket and all the hardware and everything in place over here on the passenger side without the exhaust getting in the way at all. All I got left to do is torque them all down. But I wanted to share something in regards to this top bolt here. The other side was kind of the same. You don't have a whole lot of bolt to work with, and it can kind of be difficult to get the nut started while you're trying to hold the washers up and, you know, do one of these deals to try to push on the bolt, get the most threads out of it. So what I did, I just took some packing tape and taped the flat washer and the split lock washer together, and then to the plate here, poked a hole in the tape, and that made everything a lot more manageable because I wasn't trying to hold all these pieces together and get them lined up and everything else. So if you're kind of struggling to get that nut started, that's always something that you can try. And then of course, once everything's tightened and torqued, come back and just peel that tape off. I got our passenger side one completely installed and torqued out and everything. Didn't have to mess with the exhaust or anything like that at all. Had plenty of room. Like I said, that's kind of my experience from the past as well. For whatever reason, if you're having a hard time or need more room, the instructions do a pretty good job of telling you how you can lower it and manipulate it a little bit to give you that clearance that you need. Got our spare tire raised back into position, no issues there. There's even a little provision in the plate here to where you can clip on that strap again, right through that hole. So it's pretty nice. And then you can take the arms here, slide them in like that, little pin and clip, and secure those down. With everything in place back here, if you need to install front ones, feel free to do that. But as far as the rear goes, that'll finish up our installation of the TorkLift frame-mounted camper tie-downs for the rear on our 2024 Chevrolet Silverado 3500.